Yes, all right then, lads. Welcome back to Kossi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kossi. It is transfer deadline day. Stories are moving out, moving in thick and very, very fast. Arsenal is very close to agreeing a deal for a new right back, and the name is Tahekiro Tomiyasu. We've spoken about Tomiyasu before, so I don't want anyone to tell me, Kossi, now, who is that? Who is that? It's not Max Aarons. It's not Kieran Trippier. Arsenal are close to agreeing a deal for Sampdoria right back Tahekiro Tomiyasu, a very very versatile player who can play at right back, centre back, and also reportedly can play at central midfield. We're gonna be diving into that. This the story obviously coming out of the walls of the Athletic and the tank of David Ornstein, so we can trust it. And obviously, Ornstein says the deal depends on a couple of other deals, like we're gonna discuss in this story. Do me a favor, smash a like on the video, do subscribe to the channel, and obviously, if you feel like being part of the family, do get yourself joined by pressing the join button. You'll become a member of the channel. Right. So this is David Ornstein, as well as Mark Grathmike, who have said that Arsenal are very close to agreeing a fee with Bologna for defender Tahekiro Tomiyasu. The player will complete his medical in Italy ahead of the move, which has moved very, very quickly this early morning. That is from Mark Grathmike. Obviously, the story was broken by David Ornstein and the Athletic. So the situation around Tahekiro Tomiyasu and Hector Bellerin and Ainsley Martinez is more of one that you'd call interconnected. Arsenal are still hoping that Hector Bellerin will finish his move to Real Betis as soon as possible. Now, it's gonna be a loan deal for Hector Bellerin with an option to buy for Real Betis. They're not going to include an obligation. It might not be an obligation unless something changes, but at the moment it is Hector Bellerin moving out of Arsenal on a loan deal with an option to buy for Real Betis. Betis are in a very difficult financial situation at the moment, so they cannot afford to buy Hector Bellerin or Heki B on a permanent deal. So what Arsenal have decided to do is that, you know what, you're a good, you are good lads, give us some give us some assurance that at the end of the window, at the end of the season, if he does well, you will sign him. You have an option to take him, at Real Betis on a permanent transfer deal. Obviously, Ainsley Martinez is one that is also up and down. It is now broken because John Crossmira had actually, had actually told us that the player is left out of the Arsenal squad training, sessions. The first team training sessions. He's been actually banned out of those training sessions. However, it looks like the situation is becoming a little bit different away from that, because at the moment it shows that Arsenal have not actually replied or given a response to Everton in regards to their proposal to take Ainsley Martinez on a permanent deal. So if Ainsley goes to Everton on a loan deal, sorry, if Ainsley goes to Everton on a loan deal, and then Hector Bellerin also completes his move to Real Betis, which would be a loan deal as well, you'll have two right backs move out. Like I said yesterday, we have an opportunity, we have a vacuum to occupy. We need someone who actually comes in there and can get in there body is right. And I think Tahekiro Tomiyasu is going to be the player, according to the Athletic and according to Mark Grathmike. He says a deal is very close to being agreed on a fee between Arsenal and Sampdoria for the right back Tahekiro Tomiyasu. Now, one of the things you've got to know about Tomiyasu, just a little bit, like I said, he's a very, very versatile player, and we shall try to get in deeper and deeper into him. We looked at him when we were discussing the five right backs the Arsenal could sign. We did look at him. We looked more at his heat maps and basically average positions. He's not a bad player, like many people are gonna believe. Of course, we've gone for the cheap option. Trippier would have been the better player. Max Aarons would have been the better player. But with Max Aarons, there was always a big question whether Norwich want to get involved in Arsenal's transfer madness on deadline day. They had 3 months. They had 90 days to get Max Aarons and Emi Buendia. Arsenal failed. At the moment, it looks like Norwich are settled and they do not want to be destabilized by any kind of nonsense that Arsenal do want to get in, Max Aarons and take him away from Norwich City. Now the other one, which is Kieran Trippier, is another hard one because that is around 35 million pounds. It has more of things of triggering release clauses. Arsenal don't think they will be paying around 35 million pounds for a right back at the moment. So it still looks like Arsenal are going cheap and are going for someone who is a little bit more of a bargain. Takehiro Tomiyasu, well, I don't know whether he can fit into the Premier League, but according to what we've seen and what we've heard, he could be the player coming in at Arsenal Football Club. Give me your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about that? Do you think it's a good signing? I've seen people on Twitter saying, "Kosi, no one is worse than Cedric." Obviously, you understand the kind of transfer, the kind of frustration the Arsenal fans do have, and why we are desperate to get in a right back. Houssem Aouar and the situation, I'll be trying to update you later on, but it doesn't look so good at the moment. Spurs are being reported that they are now favorites to take Houssem Aouar away from Lyon. It looks like it could be Spurs that could be the final destination of the player. That is not the best news I would give you. That's not the best story I would report at the moment. But at the moment, Spurs have finished Emerson and they're looking at Houssem Aouar. A deal is not yet agreed, but talks are ongoing, and they are trending with Houssem Aouar on Twitter. Reports indicating that Arsenal, is going to lose Houssem Aouar to definitely to Tottenham. It's gonna be a huge boost. For Spurs. They already have Pierre-Emile Højbjerg in that midfield area. Now they have now they're gonna add Houssem Aouar if they can make Tango Ndombele work for them, just like he did last season. It's gonna be an absolute boost for Spurs. They have already won 3 out of 3 out of 3 of their games in the league. So backing a manager like that is going to be always easy. But we still have a lot of hope when it comes to Arsenal. We are still linked with Bissouma. We are still linked with like I say, Tomiyasu deal very close to being agreed. And obviously we do have a big update when it comes to players leaving the club. I'll keep you updated. At the moment, that's it. Takehiro Tomiyasu could be an Arsenal player in the coming hours. Make sure you do keep it because it's Arsenal podcast, because I'm gonna keep updating you with whatever happens. Do me a favor, hit the like button. That really means a lot, especially with supporting the channel in the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel as well. We need to get to 100,000 subscribers, even 1 million. So make sure you do subscribe to the channel as well. And lastly, but not the least, make sure you keep it locked because it's Arsenal podcast. Let's meet very soon.